The Nissan Frontier is one of the most underrated, slept-on trucks out there. It's got a 4-liter V6. It can tow up to 6,500 pounds. I used to have one. I love these things. And the only thing really missing from the Frontier is a headlight upgrade. Luckily, the people at Morimoto came out with the Morimoto XB Hybrid LED headlight, and it's going to completely transform the look of the truck and the driving experience. First, we're going to show you how much brighter they are and how much better the beam pattern is. Then we're going to show you the install. Now, when we test brightness on headlights, we actually do something called measuring lux. A lot of people are used to seeing lumens, and that is a totally different measurement. Lumens is the amount of light that the headlight can produce. Lux, on the other hand, measures the intensity of that light at the spot that you want it to be. So we don't care about the lights and the lumens that are up in the trees or down on the floor. We care about how far it penetrates the distance in front of you. So when we do the testing, we put the truck at 25 feet, we use a digital lux meter, and we test before and after. Lux all by itself isn't a very useful measurement comparing one set of headlights against another unless they're in the same test. So what you really want to pay attention to here is the brightness, and this increase in brightness will blow your mind. We already knew these headlights wouldn't perform very well, but we couldn't believe how badly they performed in reality. The stock low beam headlights only came in at 120 maximum lux at 25 feet. This is absolutely pathetic, and it's like fog lights on other modern vehicles. You cannot keep driving this truck another day with these awful headlights. This is what I'm talking about. Look what happens when we turn on the Morimoto XB Hybrid LED projector headlights. Boom! 710 maximum lux. That's insane. That's a 491% increase in brightness. Not only do they look amazing, they're super easy to install, but this increase in brightness and better beam pattern is going to change your driving experience day and night. We flip it to high beam, and it doesn't get much better in stock form. Went from 120 to 240 lux. The beam pattern is pretty pathetic. There's really no major increase in brightness. That's where the XBs come in. The XB Hybrid LED headlight comes in at 1,590 maximum lux. It's 562% brighter. I have never seen an increase in brightness from your stock headlights to aftermarket LED like this. This is crazy. You guys have to get these headlights on your truck. The increase in brightness and better beam pattern alone should be enough to justify pulling the trigger on these XB Hybrid headlights. But your friends and family will thank you too, because not only will they make your truck look better, they're also going to give you a safer driving experience. Other people will be able to see you. You'll be able to see other people. You'll see in the ditches better, down the road better. You'll see animals and obstructions on the road. These things have everything that you need to drastically change the experience of driving your truck day and night. I say day and night because I also have a daytime running light. Your Frontier doesn't right now. This is an OEM style dimming daytime running light built into the headlight with 5000K Osram Oslon OEM style LEDs in a diffused lens that dims 50% when you turn your headlights on. So when you're driving around town in the day, this thing's at full brightness. You cannot mistake it. You cannot miss your truck. It changes the look of your truck. And then at night when you flip your headlights on, it stays on, but it dims to 50%. Now when it comes to how the light source is created, you're good to go. These things have built-in Osram Oslon 5000K projectors, which are super high quality OEM grade LED components in the low beam projector and the high beam projector. Now when low beam is turned on, you just get that really wide flat beam pattern. Then you flip it to high beam, your low beam stays on, and you get that extra punch. The headlight beam pattern doesn't use any replaceable bulbs, so it's set it and forget it. You don't ever have to swap out your headlight bulbs again. The reason that these are called a hybrid though is that your turn signal down on the bottom utilizes your original turn signal bulb. In just a second, we're going to go through the install and show you how that's done. But a cool thing about these headlights is you have the option to take out your original turn signal bulb and swap it out with an LED bulb so that it looks cooler and is way brighter. Check out what this looks like versus that big ugly orange light bulb. If you want to upgrade your turn signal, that's an option for you too. When it comes to installing your new headlights, it's as simple as taking out the old one and installing the new one. There's no cutting, there's no splicing, there's no custom wiring. It's literally mounting it up to the same mounting points that your stock headlights have, connecting it to the same wire harness that your OEM headlights used, like the low beam and high beam light bulb and the parking light, and your original turn signal goes in right here. The only challenge is not even very difficult. We have this one plug on each headlight. It's a single blue wire connector, and this comes with a daytime running light harness that goes to your fuse box. And Adam's gonna show you exactly how to do that in just a second. The last thing I wanna show you is when you're done with your install, you wanna do your testing out on the street. Your adjuster screw is right here. You take a Phillips screwdriver, come from the top, just like your stock headlights, and you're gonna wanna make sure that you go out and make sure that you aren't blinding anybody with these super bright headlights.
Hi, I'm Adam from Headlight Revolution. Today we have this 2009 through 2020 Nissan Frontier. As you can see, the headlights on there are a little bit hazy. Today we'll be replacing them with these brand new awesome Morimoto Hybrid LED housings. All right, now we have the hood open. We're gonna remove these push pins. There's 6 of them located on the front right here. Just take a simple tool like a flathead screwdriver and just remove them. Now that we have the 6 push pins removed from the top of the grille, the next step is to remove these 6 clips that are on the bottom of the grille. They're kind of difficult to see, but if you peer into the headlights area, you can see exactly what I'm talking about. All right, now that we have the grille removed, you can see the 6 clips that I was talking about along the bottom side here. Again, I like to start off on the driver's side. Once you get to the passenger side, be careful because some vehicles may have a transmission cooler that makes it a little difficult to get those pins out. Now that we have the front grille removed from the vehicle, the next step is to remove the upper portion of the front bumper. There's 2 Phillips screws that are located in the driver's side fender well, and we'll get started removing those right now. And you repeat the same step on the passenger side. Now that we have the Phillips screws removed, you want to peel back the fender liner, and there'll be these 2 10mm bolts that hold on the top of the bumper. Just go ahead and remove those. They're a little hard to reach, but give it some effort and get there. All right, now that we have the 10mm bolts removed, the next step to remove the upper portion of the bumper is to take off these 3 push pins. All right, before we remove the upper portion of the bumper, you have to pull it away, and sometimes it can scratch up the headlight housing, so I like to apply tape so I don't damage them. Now that we have that out of the way, we can begin removing the upper portion of the bumper. If we get a little bit of effort, there's 2 alignment pins per side just to pull down and out. You have to give it a little bit of effort, but it's okay, it will come out. Now we're going to remove the headlight housing. There's 4 bolts. There's 1 on the fender and 3 on the radiator core support. Quick tip, when you're taking off the last bolt, make sure you keep a hand underneath just so the housing doesn't fall on the ground. With the bolts removed, now we can take off the headlight housing and disconnect the connections from the back. First thing, we're going to remove this turn signal bulb because I'm going to reuse it on the new Morimoto XB housing. Next, we're going to remove the main headlight connector. And finally, remove the side marker. All right, everybody, we're almost done. The next step we're going to do is install this DRL harness. All right, first step to install the DRL harness is to remove the fuse box cover. Just set that off to the side. Next, we're going to remove the fuse so we can install the DRL harness. If you're confused on which fuse to remove, it'll be the one right next to the green 30 amp. Install the fuse. And then close up the box. All right, first up, we're going to run the DRL harness. You're going to want to start off with the passenger side first, and then run the harness through the front of the radiator core support to the driver's side of the vehicle. This is the final step before installing the new headlight housings. We have to remove the side marker connector. Now we're going to plug in the wires. We're going to start with the turn signal first, and then we're going to work our way to the main headlight connector. Then we're going to the side marker, and then finally the DRL harness. Now we're going to place the new housing onto the radiator core support. All right, the next step is to run through the functions of the headlight to make sure everything functions correctly. Once we've tested that, we're going to go back through our wiring and make sure everything's zip tied and tucked away neatly, and then we can begin buttoning the truck back up.
Putting these headlights on your Nissan Frontier, to me, is a no-brainer. They're super easy to install. They're way brighter than what you have on your truck now, and they're brighter than any other option out there, and they'll completely transform the look of your Frontier. Check out our website at headlightrevolution.com to see all of the lighting upgrades that we have for you. With these headlights, you don't even need a light bar, but if you want one, we got those too. Thanks for watching.